Plant Fam. If you've had the opportunity of joining me on my lives, I go over how I water and what I water with over and over and over. But if you haven't had that opportunity, I want to take some time to make a post to detail it all with you. And if we haven't met, my name's Renee. I'm obsessed with plants and I love talking about them. So let's talk about how I water them. Okay, first up, let's talk about your essential nutrients. That's your nitrogen, your phosphorus, and your potassium. I use my Peters 20-20-20. So that is the percentage of each of those within this nutrient. And I do what's called a microdosing of all of my nutrients every single time I water my plant. So that means I use a quarter of the dose that is recommended on the packaging every single time. So just to keep it airtight, I have it in my little Teavana tea container. But what I do is literally a quarter of the dose and I pop it into my bowl. Okay. And then the next thing that I go and add to my water is my castile soap. So what castile soap is good for is it actually breaks up the water molecules in your water so that it increases and enhances the absorption into your soil or medium. The other thing that this castile soap has in it is peppermint, and that is just a pest deterrent. So it's going to keep away those fungus gnats, those spider mites, etc. It's to deter them away from your soil and your plant. And with this, I highly recommend just 1 or 2 drops, nothing more in a bowl this size, because too much can also become harmful to your plant. So castile soap, number 2. Number 3, I use micronutrients. So this is basically the multivitamin for your plants. It has those additional nutrients that is not within your 20-20-20 fertilizer. And it's kind of like, think about taking vitamins to enhance your hair, your nails. It's not necessarily essential, but it's going to help your plant really thrive and become its best version of itself. So this, again, I do at a quarter dose of the recommended amount on the label. After that, I'm just going to go ahead and add my water and make sure that everything is combined evenly. So I'm going to pour my little, probably like 1 or 2 inches is what I do for my plants. And then I will get my little wood skewers and stir it up to make sure it's fully combined. And then all of my plants are in nursery pots and then inside of their decorative pots. I do not plant my plants directly into their decorative pot. I get my nursery pot with my plant in it, I set it in the water, and then I leave it there until the very top layer of the soil is hydrated, to ensure that every single root within that pot is getting touched with water. And then you're going to pop it out and you're going to make sure you let it drain until it no longer has water dripping from the bottom. So I will literally do little shimmy shakes. I'll do some tilts from side to side. And sometimes it's like 45 minutes that a plant will sit before I pop it right back into its decorative pot. That's it. It's that simple. It is a little bit more time consuming doing a bottom water. So if you want to, you can do a top bottom water, but just make sure you're letting it drain out. Links to all these products are in my Amazon storefront. Make sure you visit the link in my bio, click my link tree, and there is a specific list for all of my plant nutrients and pest prevention. Happy planting!